All right, ladies and gentlemen, good Thursday morning. Let's get airborne. Kind of a joint brief this morning. A lot of new folks reaching out recently to ask how they can become Max Afterburner or lifetime members. So I figured I'd knock out a quick, 20-minute brief on how you can join lifetime and help save and change some lives. And then we'll jump into some accelerated retirement. Shockingly, this morning, inflation numbers came in line in this highly partisan election year. So we're going to laugh about that in a little bit. Real quick, first half of the brief, mission objective. Let me give you a year-to-date debrief, how we're looking across our model portfolios, and then a current sit rep of today, and then the future. Might even be seeing all-time highs. Shot a sniper at the open. That's looking pretty good, and I think we're heading up to 5,100. We had a nice sniper brief yesterday. So let me give you that link. If you did not, and I sent out an email that said, hey, man, this is a must-watch brief. You have got to watch this brief. If you've wanted to learn or know how I shoot my daily SPX snipers, and we made $700 during 23 minutes yesterday, this is the brief to watch. So anytime going forward, somebody asks like, hey, Wiz, can you give a quick brief on your sniper stuff? I'm going to go, yeah, I already did. And here it is. So let me give you that one right there. You are welcome, Rick. Long overdue. I think like every 6 months type of thing, I talk about it, but that was the first time in a while I really dug into it. So happy with that brief. Just ask me. So make sure you go watch that if you missed yesterday. There we go. All right, I'm back. So really happy with the sniper brief from yesterday. Today I'm going to hook you up with a lifetime discount. Only 5 folks because we don't like a zoo rushing into our kind of our elite service here. So we'll take 5 people for the next 48 hours. And I'm going to allow you to take a portion of what would be your lifetime investment and make it a charitable donation to sponsor a vet or first responder. We'll talk about that here in a little bit. Man, geez, what an insane. I mean, we're what, 2 months, 3 months? I can't believe it's almost March. We're almost 3 months into this year, Biden's senior year, and it's just an absolute shit show. Every day it gets worse. Now, today, Joe Biden's going to go to the southern border. Remember last time? They cleaned everything up. He didn't see anything, right? Just like Gavin Newsom and the Democrats in California cleaned up San Francisco. Why? Because Xi Jinping was coming to visit. When a communist dictator, our mortal enemy, comes to visit, they clean up San Francisco. But for the taxpayers and the people that live there, for the Americans, it's all right, man. We got war. The world is at war right now. Obviously, war in Europe with Russia and Ukraine. Proxy war, obviously, for the United States and NATO. Obviously, war in the Middle East. It's just an absolute horror. I'm going to share with you some intel in a little bit that Iran has allegedly greenlit Hezbollah in the north, as Israel's trying to clean up all the way in the south. There are significant reports that Hezbollah's gotten the all clear from Iran to go. As I've told you often, there's an Iranian saying, we'll fight to the last Hamas, or we'll fight to the last Hezbollah. What about you all? No, I mean, we have nothing to do with any of that. Okay. And then obviously, if Joe Biden wins his reelection and Kamala, Xi Jinping in the next 4 years will take Taiwan. He'll try and do it softly, and then he's just going to do it. You know that I've briefed you in the past that he gave his generals and admirals 2027. He gave them a date. You will be ready to invade Taiwan by 2027. And if you want to screen for command and not get shot, you probably want to be ready a little bit earlier. He's been gutting gutting the senior ranks. His defense minister just disappeared, disappeared off the website, and nobody even know he exists anymore. So world's much in an incredibly dangerous place right now. Raging inflation. No, is the inflation number today from the government came in line. Not hot as everybody thought, but you know, it's what we thought it was going to be, which is still hot. But you believe that shit? Interest rates hit record highs, and obviously a Fed wanting to give everybody a trophy. The Fed's balance sheet is trillions and trillions and trillions of dollars that they printed out of thin air. We're in a lot of trouble economically. We're broke. We're getting more broke, and things are just shitty. It's the Soviet Union, where we have political leaders being indicted and prosecuted for by the people in power. You just can't make this shit up. The Supreme Court announced yesterday they are going to take the Trump immunity case, so we'll see what's going on. I can't stand Trump. I can't stand Joe Biden. I can't believe these allegedly are the two best people that we have in the United States to run this country. Bottom line, what's my bottom line for 2024? Look at that screen. That looks pretty damn shitty, doesn't it? I'd buy this market with both hands. And if you don't understand that, you need to become a lifetime member here, folks. The worse things get, the higher the market's going to go, in my opinion. I want that to sink in. I'm going to tell you how these investment clubs started in a couple minutes, but this big bookcase, it's just kind of filled with I love me mementos now. It used to be filled with a lot of books on economics and trading and investing. At the height of the scandemic, at the height of the plandemic, they all went into the recycling bin. It's over with. This is not your father or mother's stock market. That died. It died during the pandemic, and the government just saying everybody gets a trophy and we're going to print money. It'll end, obviously, folks. I call it the Fred Sanford, man. We're all old enough in this room to remember Fred Sanford grabbing his chest once an episode. I'm coming, Elizabeth. This is the big one. He was right eventually. So I'm going to be right too. But until that day happens, we're all just playing musical chairs in hell. And stocks are going to go up until they don't. Real quick, how you doing? I always laugh about this, how, people at cocktail parties, I want to be in a hedge fund or hedge fund. That's the smart money. Take a look at the smart money, folks. This is the Barclay Hedge Fund Index, right? They go through a wide swath of hedge funds to come up with, average performance metrics. Take a look at how they did for 2023. Last year, ladies and gentlemen, 9.26%. I'm going to let that sink in. 9.26%. Look at 2022, -8. Okay, do you want to put your money in a hedge fund? This is my personal account on my birthday, which was December 31st. 151%. If you were in the Max Afterburner group last year, I don't tell you to shadow trade or do everything I do. We all trade. There's Ponches, there's some great investors in there posting their own shit. People are trading Bitcoin. But I'm just saying, my personal account last year, 151%. Look at the NASDAQ. I bought the NASDAQ fund, 38%. 9.82% on the Dow. The S&P 500, folks. What an embarrassing performance out of the indexes. So, folks, if you were here, if you're a retiree or even just planning for retirement, how would you have liked to have made 150% on your money last year? You can go on the homepage. You can download my E-Trade brokerage statements. All of this is documented. It's all on E-Trade. It's all on the homepage. Go under my portfolio on the homepage, and you can see all this. So, how are we doing year to date? Solo Amazon, and this is a bad slide because I've done a shitty job in the Solo Amazon briefs of just trading it in that portfolio. So as you're going to see across the portfolios, I have a bunch of Amazon sprinkled out. So we're up $8,000, but as you can see, even in the Solo Amazon portfolio, I've been trading some snipers. If I'm in a Solo Amazon brief and I see a sniper opportunity, I'll shoot it. So 8 grand. The primary portfolio is crushing it. 38, 39 grand just trading the S&P 500. Amazon, see, there's more Amazon profits in the primary than the solo Amazon portfolio. Shot some Goldman Sachs, been trading some Mara again. My only, quote, loser year to date is Boeing. I bought some Boeing. I got long-term bullish on Boeing when a door ripped off. That's when you buy something, right? Boeing ain't going out of business, folks. It's a government company, period. So I'm doing some cobbling in the background. I guarantee you by the time this trade expires, and I think it's a 2-year trade or 3-year trade, it's printing money. I guarantee you. So, but I got to talk about losses as well. What do we weekly options, 27 grand. This is my, and there's a little Amazon in here. This is my main primary. I'm sorry, I won't use the word primary. That was primary portfolio. This is my main sniper portfolio. This is where I shoot a lot of my tactical sniper trades. So 24 grand year to date, just trading that. And then AR, accelerated retirement, same thing. Some S&P 500, some Boeing. Boeing's profitable in this one. And we also had a long-term bullish trade on Microsoft in there as well. So, ladies and gentlemen, just like Ponch, we're doing pretty damn good. Over the past 2 months, that's over I think it's $109,000 profit in 2 months. 2 months of trading, that's close to about $1 million forecast. About $1 million annualized. Do you want to join a service that is on track to potentially have $1 million worth of annualized profit? If you don't, you can leave right now. If you do, pay attention. So, time to join an elite team and pitch into the fight to save somebody's life. What's that have to do with trading? Everything. Sit up straight, because I did send this invitation out to everybody on the TGO list. So here we go. Real quick, TOPGUN options on the left side of this Chinese wall. We have a training environment. We have our solo Amazon service where we just trade Amazon, and we have Full Throttle, which is our training, right? We have live trade briefs. We have 8 academic sessions. We have a lot of stuff going on. This is your training. When I was in the training command, simulators and orange and white fighter jets and everything like that. Then you get to the fleet. You put the wings on your chest and you go out and it's time to execute. So we have 2 investment clubs. We have something called the Hunters and we have something called Max Afterburner. And this is what we're going to focus on today. Because a lot of the folks asking to upgrade into Lifetime are currently in the Hunters. So for the 4 people that have reached out over the past couple of weeks, if those 4 act, there's only 1 more slot. So what is an afterburner, by the way? Because somebody asked me that the other day. I'm like, I use these terms like people know it. Those are afterburners right there, right? At the back of a fighter jet engine, there are nozzles, man. And there are nozzles that just spray fuel into the hot exhaust. And it ignites. It's an explosion. And it fire good. It makes acceleration, man. So that's what an afterburner is. When you select max with your left hand, you go all the way forward, boom. So that is an afterburner. It's interesting because, where was I? I was in Brazil. I was doing a keynote in Brazil for a company, and they had no word. They're like, aft fire device. There is no word, max afterburner in Portuguese. Investment clubs, if you're not familiar with what they are, there's a ton of them. The Beardstown ladies, right? You ever watch CNBC and there's a bunch of old ladies sitting around knitting? Well, those are the Beardstown ladies, right? They all sit around, they knit. I don't know, they bake cookies. I don't want to be whatever, but usually when they interview them, they're knitting. But anyway, they all have they have one account. They all write a check or whatever to the main account, and they all talk. And then when they make a decision, which sounds like an absolute nightmare, whoever's in charge fires that trade. So that's an investment club right there. There's investment clubs. There's one across the street over in FAU, which is awesome. There's Tiger 21. Many of you have heard of Tiger 21. Jim Cramer, right? There's if you want to make money, invest in the inverse Kramer ETF. Look at that, Andrew. That's awesome, man. Good for you. I started with 20 grand account and doing ultra conservative trades for 20 to 100 bucks. I am up 6 grand in the past 12 months. I love watching the big dogs play from the cheap seats. Awesome, Andrew. So started an investment club. This one is called, I call it a SDIS, Self-Directed Investment Squadron. They call it a Self-Directed Investment Club, right? So, and here's why. This is the one I just talked about, the Beardstown Ladies. This is the SEC's website. So this is all 100% legal. That's the Beardstown Ladies type of thing. No, thank you. The Self-Directed Investment Club is where members research and select investments together, but you fire on your own. You make your own decision. I'm going to treat you as a tick, not a blood-sucking parasite, but a trader in command. Just like flying a fighter jet, man. The pilot in command, you're going to be the trader in command. We're gonna brief together. We're gonna look at trades together. You're gonna put on your G suit and strap into your trading account, and you do whatever you want to do. Okay, it's up to you. So I like a self-directed investment club. How did this start? Well, folks, I'll never forget this day, January 21st, 2020. Ray Dalio, the world's largest hedge fund manager, the definition of smart money. Anybody remember January of 2020? Ray Dalio is in Davos, Switzerland. You know, once a year, all the beautiful people, right? They fly their 1,000 private jets into Davos and lecture us about global warming and plastic straws. But anyway, cash is trash. That was his exact quote in a CNBC interview. If you're not in the market, you're an idiot. If you're sitting in cash, you're a moron. The next day, January 22nd, do you know what happened? Donald Trump was sitting on an interview on CNBC with Joe Kiernan. And it was a throwaway question at the end of the interview. I don't remember the interview because all I care about is the last minute or two. Before, they ended the interview, Joe Kiernan's like, wait, hold on, Mr. President, one final question. What's up, Joe? Ask me. What's this China flu? What's this China bug we're hearing about? Dumb question, Joe. Why you're an idiot. I can't believe you even asked me that question. Ask anybody. You're an idiot. Not coming here. I trust Xi. Great backswing. Been to Mar-a-Lago. I love Xi. You're dumb. Not coming here. What happened? Ladies and gentlemen, I looked into this camera with this microphone and I said, get out. I had a deep throat in the White House that told me everything. Wiz, this shit escaped from a level 4 lab in Wuhan and is going to kill tens of millions of people. I'm like, what? So guess what Wiz did? I did outsider trading. What do you mean? Well, there was some senators and congressmen who got the same kind of intel I did. And they left that brief, picked up their phone, and told their brokers and told all their friends to get out. Then what did they do? After they made those phone calls, they went to microphones and said, everything's fine, remain calm, not coming here, and everything's great. No more questions. Do you remember this? I do. This is why the investment club started. The coronavirus is very much under control in the USA. We are in contact with everyone in all relevant countries. CDC and World Health have been working hard, very smart. Stock market starting to look very good to me. I want you to go look at the chart of what happened after this tweet. I think the Dow went down 3,000 points. This didn't age well, but thanks for the $760,000 this week. So here's what happened. I was doing this shit in live trade briefs. Do you remember Ray Dalio and some of the other smart monies? We need to close the markets. Turn the machine. They were the reverse of Duke and Duke in trading places. Turn those machines off. I was like, no, smart money. Just because you're long only. Remember this? They were calling for the stock markets to be closed. I'm like, don't you dare do that. I am on the other side of your trades. But here's what happened is we'd end a live trade brief and people are like, dude, what are you doing the rest of the day? I'm like, I'm going to sit here and make another $100,000. No. We need to figure something out. So around the time my attorneys are like, dude, why don't you start an investment club? You can have an app and that's how you can do this. I'm like, okay. Then what happened? Real quick reminder. There was a Thursday morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'll never forget this. What was it? 6 million. It was a weekly jobless claim number. 6 million Americans out of work that week. I was getting ready to hit enter on the most bearish trade of my life. Before I hit enter, what happened? Jerome Powell, the Federal Reserve chief, flew over the market and dropped a global thermonuclear cash bomb. I deleted that bearish trade and I entered the biggest bullish trade of my life. And the market it did look back maybe a year ago when we pulled back finally. From when Jerome Powell dropped that nuke, the market went straight up for a year and a half, almost 2 years. Why do I bring this up? Because about a month or so after the Fed did that, guess what the smart money was saying? No. This is not this bounce. Jeffrey Gundlach manages a $150 billion fund. The smart money, he came out and said, no. I'm shorting this market now because we're going to go back to those March lows. I laugh at these people. I laugh when CNBC or whoever uses the term legendary investor or smart money. Ladies and gentlemen, we are the smart money. There is no such thing as the smart money besides us. These people are idiots, ladies and gentlemen. I've been there. I helped run a multi-billion-dollar firm in Chicago, folks, and I've looked around that room like, that guy's still drunk from last night. He's a moron. Folks, this investment club is better than any hedge fund. I've known a lot of hedge funds, folks, and I just told you I laugh at most of them. They ain't that smart. Investors of all sectors and experience. We have retirees, we have doctors. One of our doctors is being prosecuted by the United States government, Dr. Moore. Why? He was dumping the COVID shots into the trash. He knew it was killing people. Google Dr. Kirk Moore. He was sending ivermectin and other medicines. He helped save the life of a couple Lifetime members. I forgot all about that, folks. Google his name. Dr. Kirk Moore. Love that guy. Got to donate to his defense fund, folks. So doctors, we got people in defense industries. We have active duty fighter pilots. We have airline pilots. We have retirees. You name it, folks. This is the best hedge fund I know. It's absolutely fantastic. Why? Because we care. What do you mean you care? Let me give you an example of a professional trader. Nobody cares more about your money than you, folks. If somebody else cares more about your money than you, you're an idiot. There's our trading floor in Chicago. And by the way, that painting in the corner is about a $50 million painting up there. Anyway, guess what happened one day? One of our traders, a professional trader, got around our risk management systems. Why? Because you weren't allowed to trade biotech stocks. Why? Because of what I'm going to tell you. This guy, Immunogen, this guy lost $4 million literally in the blink of an eye. Immunogen shares tank again after the FDA nixes a shot at an okay for, look at this, folks. I went down to the trading floor. And I went with him just so he could grab his keys. You're not allowed back to sit at your desk because once you're fired, what are you going to go like blast even more trades? I'm walking him up these stairs, folks. He was a good dude. I drank with him, back when I was drinking in Chicago and with all the traders. I'm walking him out. I'm like, dude, what were you thinking? Yep, that's exactly right. He looked at me and said, ain't my money, whiz, and kind of laughed. and left. Hey, man, it passed the phase 1 trial. It passed the phase 2 trial. I had a buddy tell me there's no way in hell it's not going to pass the phase 3 trial. It failed the phase 3 trial. $4 million, blink of an eye, fired the guy. Guess what happened? 3-4 weeks, saw him at another bar, Trader Bar downtown Chicago. He was at a competing firm. Not my money, Wiz. So don't give me any of this bullshit like, oh, you're not a professional trader. 99.9% of, quote, professional traders aren't trading their money. This investment club, we do. So ditch the term professional trader. In this group, we also get to red team. Trading solo sucks. How many of you wake up in the morning, put your bunny slippers on, have a sip of coffee, and turn on Fox Business or CNBC looking for trade ideas? Wow, that guy's pretty good looking and has a nice suit on. I'm going to buy whatever bullshit he's talking about. And then you lose all your money. We post our trade ideas and we rip them to shreds. Hey, here's what I'm thinking about doing. Anybody got a red team? What's a red team? It's your enemy. It's people that act like your enemy before you go do something. We do it in the military. We do it in business. You need to do it in trading. So we red team stuff in this group. So we're going to talk about the Max Afterburner group. This is what you can join today. Many of you are in the hunters right now, but want to finally upgrade into lifetime. Why? First of all, it's a lifetime membership. You don't have to pay for any other services. Again, there's an annual maintenance fee, but man, this thing funds itself after a year and a half or whatever the math is. So you never have to pay anything for services, especially new services, right? So you get all my opening and closing trades. You get all my intel, folks. I'll be lying on the couch or tonight going to a Panthers game. If I'm at a Panthers game tonight and I hear something, I have my app, our Max Afterburner app. Guess what? That intel goes in there, man. You got a question, I'll answer it tonight. Or when I look in there, there's everybody else talking back and forth. So it's pretty damn awesome. And then the hunters obviously is kind of the junior one of these, but we can talk about that some other time. So again, access to everything I do. Opening, closing trades in my personal account and the portfolio accounts, obviously. All my intel, man. When I don't do yoga on Tuesdays, Thursdays, there's a mastermind group that I'm wired into. Hedge fund, institute heavies at Goldman, Morgan Stanley, military, political. I should show you this stack of business political cards, man. Now that I'm in DC a lot more often, I'm meeting a lot more people on the congressional side, right? Nancy Pelosi, trade what she trades. So you get access to all of this stuff, folks. I tell people this thing right here is priceless. The network that I have, the intel that I'm able to provide is essentially priceless. Access to your fellow squadron mates opening and closing trades, man. I'm watching people trade in NVIDIA, SMCI. You don't have to just be trading what I'm doing. Trade your stuff, but share it with us, man. Keep us in the loop. And then it's essentially live coaching. I hated Fridays in the past at Top Gun Options. Why? No offense to anybody who I gave coaching. I sat here for like 8 hours a day doing like one-on-one coaching sessions. That doesn't exist anymore because this is it. You can have me live essentially 24/7. And this is the best part, folks. One of the best part. You get access to everything that I do currently and my future stuff. Access to all the live trade briefs, solo, primary, weekly, and AR, right? Accelerated retirement. So it's gone up in price. Excuse me. The current membership investment is $24 grand. There's obviously a $4.95 maintenance fee every January 1st, and that helps keep the lights on for all the services. Access to everything we do right now and future services at Top Gun Options. Access to other private investment opportunities. I want everybody right now to go look at the materials tab. You have a materials tab over there on the right. So, ladies and gentlemen, you get access to stuff that nobody else does, man. This is pretty damn cool. We'll take a look at these real quick. No Fallen Heroes Extraction, the Healing Realty Trust. I'm going to give you some great news about that. My Crew Doses and New Growth Connections. Let me show you these real quick. I don't want to take too much time away from what we need to go trade stuff, but you ready? The Healing Realty Trust, folks. We just had a brief up in Palm Beach. Where's the next round? We are just about done this round. $76 million raise. Piper Sandler. So I told you guys yesterday, I met the investment banker at Piper Sandler. He's like, where you been? You need to be running the investor relations team. He's like, I want to go flying in the fight because they're doing a great job, with their institutional pitches to the Wall Street crowd. But when you bring me in, what's Healing Realty Trust, folks? Psychedelic assisted therapy. When, not if, this summer the FDA legalizes it for therapeutic use, is going to explode. The infrastructure does not exist. 20 years ago, there wasn't a single urgent care in America. What did hospitals start doing? Get away from us. Somebody said, you know what? Urgent care. There's 20,000 of them. Dialysis, hospital. What did somebody say? You know what? Why don't we make dialysis centers? There's 16,000 of them. Ladies and gentlemen, this opportunity is insane. Now it's closed. We had angels at the beginning. You could put like 15, 25 grand in. Then it went up to 100. This current institutional round is $250,000. So I don't. If you got, it's for institutional investors this round. Guess what's going to happen in 2025? It's going to be formally a REIT, and then Joe said by 2026 we want to go private. So there are slides in here about the cap rate and everything like that. If you invested in the Healing Realty Trust at the beginning when I told you to, you've already quadrupled your money. So there we go. That's insane. Yeah, exactly. Microdoses, ladies and gentlemen. This was another opportunity for lifetime members to join. This is a supplement company. The Uncle Sam, in 1960s, 70s said, wait a minute, you don't want to fly to another country and kill the yellow man? What are you doing? Well, I'm doing these things, and I love my fellow man. Okay, well, those are a felony now, and they're illegal. Well, guess what they didn't do? They just outlawed psilocybin. They didn't outlaw a bunch of other natural mushrooms and products that actually give you the same healing benefits. So we have a lot of investors in what is called My Crew Doses. And that thing is starting to take off. Holy Water and the Maverick Mind line of products. Awesome. Finally, Max Afterburner members also are able now to invest in New Growth Connections. So buying 2 healing clinics in the great state of Oregon. The waiting list for psilocybin treatment in the state of Oregon is thousands and thousands of not only Oregonians, folks, but people from around the U.S. I have a shitload of people like, Wiz, I want this treatment. I don't want to go to Mexico or Costa Rica. I'm like, well, we're opening a clinic in Oregon, 2 clinics. And they're like, shit hot, I can just fly to Oregon and do it. Yes, you can. And the state of Colorado. Don't want to spend too much more time on this, but what I'm saying is, and then obviously, where was the last one? Extraction. I have another call. Shoot me with this stuff, man. Where was it? Extraction was up here somewhere. With the production team, I am 99.9% of the way there with our No Fallen Heroes Extraction. Think of the show Intervention, but for veterans. I'm going to go in. I'm going to grab some vets. We're going to go sit with the medicine. They're going to document it. And this is going to help raise awareness of the mission. So there you go. People were like, hey, you need to brief that you can do all these other cool things. And I'm like, I forgot about that. All right. So like I said, it's currently 24, but I'm going to give you a pretty significant discount today. And nobody else does this, folks. And it's funny because when I go to industry conferences, people are like, why do you do that? You're losing revenue. Like, I don't care. It's the right thing to do. You can give this because I've had some of the retiree folks like, you know what, Wiz, I'm good. Can I give this to my son, my daughter, my wife? Yeah. You can transfer your lifetime membership to a son, a daughter, as an immediate family member, not like a friend. Somebody's like, can I give it to a buddy? I'm like, no. and that is losing money. You can transfer your lifetime membership to a significant other or something like that. This was pretty cool. Can't believe you allow. Can't believe you're allowing immediate family members to use this information. Never heard of that. You are the only one doing this. May as well call it a family plan. Exactly. And you can see it just keeps going up in price each year. Why? You pay for performance. So it looks like Amazon earnings, to be honest with you. It's going to be a hockey stick. So get on board today. I'm going to give you two options, then we got to start trading. I'm 5 minutes long, and I don't like that. You can do a one-time payments. Why? Because I'm going to let you donate to the foundation. We prefer a wire. Well, and you should prefer a wire as well, because if you use a credit card, PayPal sucks. I ain't eating a 3% fee. You are, because I'm already giving you a discount. So I strongly recommend a wire. However, people are like, Wiz, I want the air miles or the cash back. Or, all right, well, you're going to eat the 3%. So it's up to you. You can do two payments, one to the foundation and one to TGO. Okay? Wiz, I can't do the lump sum right now. I'll let you break the investment up into 12 monthly payments. Again, each one of these has the annual maintenance fee. Okay, so one-time payment today, I'm going to give you a $9,000 discount. Okay, 10 grand to TGO, Top Gun Options LLC. That's what manages the service, right? And then the other 5, you can donate to the No Fallen Heroes Foundation directly, not through me, directly to the No Fallen Heroes Foundation. That 5 grand, ladies and gentlemen, will sponsor a veteran, a first responder, or a family member for treatment. If we go to Colorado, you're sponsoring a vet and a half. What do I mean by that? We budget about 5 to 6 grand for Costa Rica or Mexico. We can knock that down to about 3 grand ish if we go to Colorado, when we go to Colorado. So ladies and gentlemen, exactly. Not only are you helping save and change a life, you get a charitable write-off, man. It's a massive tax benefit. I don't lead with that first because I really don't give a shit. I'd rather, hey man, I'm helping save somebody's life. Exactly. Oh, and by the way, Uncle Sam says, good on you. So only 5 people, like I said, folks. I don't want a shitload of, we have 252 current members in there. We like I only do this every once in a while. And I only give the discount when we need to fund a retreat. We have a April retreat coming up. I suck at asking people for money, for donations. So I'd rather give you something for that. So instead of just like, please donate to the foundation, and almost nobody does, I'm going to give you something for do it. So you got 48 hours to save 9 grand, 10 grand to TGO, 5 to the foundation directly, not through me, man. It goes right there. Andrew's in here. Andrew's a fantastic soul. I love my Andrew. Norm, awesome. Welcome aboard. So people, if you're in already, if you want to be one of the 5, shoot me an email right now and I'll take them in order. Wiz at Top Gun Options. But ladies and gentlemen, and many of you are familiar with what we do at No Fallen Heroes, so I'm not going to give you the super brief. We are saving and changing lives, period. I can show you the testimonials. I can show you the videos. I'm just saying that 5 grand that you donate to the foundation will save and change a life. I guarantee you. We haven't helped a veteran or a first responder or family member heal in the past 2.5 years that came back like, well, that was a waste and I feel like shit. Go watch the podcast, folks. And yeah, I'm going to guarantee something right now. If I don't make $1,500, because this is going to be the monthly payment, you don't pay a lifetime fee that month. How about that? If I suck, folks, we made $700 yesterday. I got a sniper shot on right now at 75 down here. That's going to make $1,700 today if everything turns out well. So I'm going to at least guarantee that if I don't make, because that's going to be the let me bring that up right now. The monthly payment option here. Let me do that one first. My slides were out of order. There we go. So monthly payment option, $1,500 a month for 12 months. Now, if you look at that, you're going to go, wait, it's cheaper to do the one pay. It is, but some people want to break it up. It's going to be a little bit more if you want to do the monthly. A lot of people do the monthly lifetime option. because we do make more than I'm averaging about 10 grand a month in sniper shots right now. So that's only one sniper per month, folks. Okay, so I'll give you all that stuff here in a second here. All right, let's wrap up, and then we got to trade. Like I said, there's an annual maintenance fee, just $495 every January 1st. If you're gonna, we prefer a wire, folks. You should prefer a wire. If you don't, I'll send you a PayPal link to pay, and it's going to be a 3% fee. That's on PayPal. That ain't on me. I already briefed this. You get access to potential great deals. I would love to see a bunch of us Max Afterburner members. I forget when Joe said we want to go public. I don't think he gave a month, but I'm manifesting this. Me, Susie, all the other angels or the initial investors into Healing Realty Trust, we're going to be on the floor of the New York Stock Exchange or the NASDAQ or wherever we go public. And we're going to be ringing that bell with everybody. Okay. Let's go ahead and let's do it. It's in the deck. I think it's in the deck when they want to go public. Well, I can answer that at the end. I want to get to trading here. And you can transfer to an immediate family member. Wiz, I was 73 when I became a lifetime member. I look forward to making the cost via Wiz trading before leaving it to my grandchildren and children. A great incentive to live healthy and thrive. Dennis, I'm 71 and a lifetime member. Dwayne, I went lifetime when I realized I was making 20 grand a month listening to you. $1,500 a month if you break the payments up. Dwayne was making 20 grand a month listening. Larry, folks should really think about being a lifetime member. When I joined in 2013, I thought I'd do it for a year and move on my own. That worked for a little while, and then I joined again a few years later. I find the intel to be priceless. My point is, I spent more on an annual membership over the years than a lifetime membership. Yeah, JG, John, folks, Double Oak, Texas. I took John flying in the L-39 fighter jet. He's 72, went flying in the fighter jet. He's also a lifetime member. Utah, former Blue Angel, FedEx captain, didn't know anything about investing and trading other than his funds at FedEx. Thanks, brother, for all you taught me. Last month, I made 46 grand, starting with a 30 grand account. Now he's over 100. If I can teach a former Blue Angel to do this. Bob Wiz started with $295 subscription, put 20 grand into my account. By March 9th, it was 60. So I did an annual membership for 3 grand. This morning, it's 150 grand. And he finally joined a lifetime. I'm not going to waste too much more time. These were, you know what, up here, these are COVID people. 250 grand to 2.7, 300, then 488, then 1.1. So ladies and gentlemen, it's just do it. That's enough. All right, here's what we're going to do. So over in the materials tab, so Norm, if you're in, just download. There's just a quick lifetime agreement to sign. It's got the wire instructions in there. If you want to do credit card, just shoot me an email like, hey, Wiz, I'm going to do the credit card. Again, you got to eat the PayPal fee, man. I'm already giving you a 9 grand discount. I ain't eating no PayPal fee, especially for the foundation. That money goes 100% to the veterans and everybody like that. Okay. So if you're in, and my phone's been buzzing a little bit, that means people are interested. I'm only taking 5, and let's just call it the next 48 hours because I hate like, hey, I'm still thinking. No, we're done. Maybe 6 months from now, if I do this again, you can join. 48 hours, folks. Because I know some people are like, let me talk to my significant other. And I'm telling you to say you're in. If it takes 5 days to move some money around, you're fine. Once you tell me you're in and I trust you, I'll give you access to everything. Because people are like, dude, it's going to take me a couple days. Fine. I trust you. I know where you live. Okay? So if you're in, I need to know, and we'll start working on it. And I'll work with you, man. We'll figure it out. Last time I did this, people paid the 10 right away, and the 5 to the foundation, it took a month, or they paid the foundation first, or took them a couple weeks to do the 10. I'm about putting the ladder down, folks. As you can tell, TGO loses money on doing this, but I love helping out the foundation at the same time. We also have a new Max Afterburner rep, support rep. Her name's Kat. You guys are going to hear more about her soon. Norm, thanks for being in and helping out our vets, man. John, yeah, angel investors, absolutely. Absolutely. I, you know, uh, why wouldn't we, right? I mean, if you were an angel investor in the REIT and it goes public, why wouldn't we all be on the floor of the stock exchange, man? I would. I'm going. Yeah, absolutely. Now, I don't know how many more, I don't know if you can't have 500 people on the floor of the stock exchange. I don't know. I'm just saying when we go public, I'm going to go wherever we're going public. It's in here somewhere. And hey, even if it's too late with, I don't have 250 grand or 500 grand to invest in the REIT. This is great intel. Let's switch to trading, obviously. Um, Clearly, Andrew, this is good intel in this deck here, folks, because look at this. Psychedelic drugs currently in trial. This maps out the psychedelic space because right now we're in the accelerated retirement portfolio. So this is where we're going to talk about psychedelics and stuff like that. It's in here somewhere, man. Where is it? Oh, it's right here on this page. It talks about if you put $1 million in. This is for the high net worth folks in Palm Beach we were talking to. The IPO price, and there it is. Assumed IPO date, July of 2026. Yeah, exactly. Well, based on how we've been doing, I think I'm trading as good, if not better, than Paul Pelosi. All right. Any other questions, concerns? Oh, by the ways, I'll post the replay to this brief on the replay page. We actually have a replay page now for this brief. Obviously, the one that's on here is from the last brief, and I'll put today's on here. So if you join late or something like that, it'll be on this page. Okay. Everything you get is on this page as well, folks. So if you want to, look at anything or show somebody something, it's on that page. Good transition. Let's talk about that. Yeah, if you're interested, but you still got to move some money around or stuff like that, just let me know. Shoot me an email. Wiz, I'm in. And remember to download the form over there. Okay, it's the lifetime agreement. Right there. You don't worry about this right now. I forgot last time people were like, I don't know who I'm going to give it to. You don't worry about it. You can just it says lifetime membership may be transferred to an immediate family member designated here. I don't care, folks. You don't need to put TBD in there, or I don't know yet, or leave it blank. I don't care. You don't have to fill that out. If you know right now, like, hey, I would love to give it to my daughter or something like that, you can write it in there then. I really don't care. The agreement mainly is just, here's the wire instructions. So the wire instructions are on the lifetime agreement. Okay. And it's just saying, hey, I agree to the 10 to TGO and 5 to the foundation. And it's a value of 26 grand right now, folks. So it's a great deal. All right, let's go. I went longer than I was supposed to. My apologies. Market flirting with all-time highs. Let's talk about MindMed first, man, because I got some short calls on that I did not think the let's look at this, folks. If you're new, because I did invite people on the list who aren't current members. Before you do anything, buy the psychedelic stocks now, like right now. The FDA, ladies and gentlemen, gave us a date. Right, it's already in my calendar. I have a party scheduled. August 11th. The FDA said by, maybe it's earlier, maybe it's on that day, I don't know, by August 11th, we will have a decision if MDMA is going to be legal for therapeutic use. Now, let me hedge right now. They can say no. Every indication, every FDA, the people at the FDA are like, dude, we love this. I mean, yes, you don't know. I have no, I would never think that I'd be living in a country that's been invaded by 9 million mainly fighting age males. And so who knows? Every day I wake up when I'm read something, I'm like, I mean, aliens can land at this point, and I'm going to shrug it off. However, pretty damn certain the psychedelic stocks are already lifting off. Listen to me. This is why you join Max Afterburners for this type of things. So, ladies and gentlemen, I told you to buy these things with both hands. At 250, you've more than doubled your money. Let's look at this right now because we are in accelerated retirement. Let's look at the options chain. There is no August right now. There should be when the March rolls off, in a couple weeks. You should see an August pop up here, and maybe even like a February or more. First of all, let's do a little options trading. Who does that? MindMed and the SIBO. This isn't like made up out of thin air. Like the company, along with the exchange it's listed on, talk about this stuff. I'm a little stunned right now that if I was the MindMed CEO, I'd be like, dude, give me a Jan 26 series of options because I'd be buying those call options with both hands right now. But as of right now, there is, I right now am long these calls. The September, I told you August 11th. There is no Aug. So I just went out to the month after August to September. And I bought the Aug 6 calls. Okay. Let's go out to the Jan 25. Okay. Look all the way down here, folks. 17.5 strike. The 17.5 strike has a shitload. That's the highest strike you can buy, the furthest out in the future. Let me tell you that somebody is in there somebody believes by January, what's that, however many months, 3, 8? No, 10. 10 months from now, somebody has invested a lot of money saying it's going to be above 17.5. Could be a complete idiot, somebody gambling, or it's somebody smart. Let's go look at the other name that I can't stand that I would buy with both hands. Why did you just talk like that? Because I'm bipolar. Ladies and gentlemen, Compass. Wow, this is interesting. Look at this. So MindMed, I need to, well, let's keep going here because I want to find out what's going on here. No shit, Arthur. Is that what the pop is on? Wow. Thank you for the good intent. This is why I love what we do. Arthur found out before I did. MindMed released earnings, and the report said it is developing a derivative of MDMA, and they're doing a trial for people with autism. Arthur, thank you for this. This hits close to home. My sister, Kia, who runs Dune Capital in New York City, she adopted two incredible souls, two boys, young men now, both on the spectrum. And the one they have been doing ketamine treatments for, and he is, don't use the word better because that's not, he seems to be better interacting in situations. MDMA for autism. Man. Arthur, I'll go find it. Wow, this makes my heart smile. I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, this is it. There ain't no next hottest stock or sector. This is it. You guys know my story, man. Wow. Unbelievable. That is fantastic news. Compass, ladies and gentlemen. This is another one. Months ago, I said to buy with both hands. It was a $5 stock. It went up to 12.5. I don't know what's going on with Compass today. I don't know if they quote. Oh, they came out with earnings. So let's see what happened. Oh man, I got a busy rest of the day. I'm reading MindMed and Compass earnings. So, you ready for this? On a 10% pullback in comp, look at this. By the rumor, I wondered why Compass was running. So look at this. It ran into earnings. It's a wizism, folks, right? Buy the rumor, sell the news. So it's selling the news right now. For those of you who didn't take part in this run, I would look to buy Compass right now on this pullback. I will buy Compass right now on this pullback. That's all right, Arthur. I'll get it from Cody, or I'm going to see Cody at a hockey game tonight. So we're good. I'm gonna get it. See, this is why you do this. I'm gonna talk to Cody tonight in the suite, and we're gonna talk about MindMed Compass. Cody Chandraw, if you who the hell's Cody? Runs Ambria Capital. He's a wonder. He's a 500-pound kid in the psychedelic space, invests in all this stuff. Compass, ladies and gentlemen, I can't stand, but I love it. The hell's that mean? I can't stand what they're doing. They're trying to get into the psychedelic space and patent and trademark everything. I can't stand that. That's gross. Okay, Wiz, you want a friend? Get a dog. I absolutely love that as Gordon Gekko. I think that's fantastic. Good. So I'm kind of bipolar on this type of stuff, folks, right? Jan, it's up to you. I told people this is the one I did, Jan. It's up to you. I did the Sept 24, the September of 2024, $6 call options. I did those. The other things I mentioned, Jan, was somebody else went out the Jan of 25 next year and did the 17.5 strikes. That's literally a lottery ticket, man. I would be screaming for joy if by January of 2025, my med is above 17.5. And you know what's awesome? I absolutely think that's a distinct possibility. But as we get into the psychedelic space, let me share this article with you, especially for the folks on the list who are new. Like, dude, I don't even know barely who you are. Read this one. As investors pile into psychedelics, idealism gives way to pharma economics. Okay. So you've heard me talk about this before. And if you haven't, let me give you a quick brief. There's the link in the chat box. And I love this picture. Gloves and a scalpel with a mushroom. There's the conflict in one picture. Folks, you can't patent or trademark a fungus, a mushroom. You can't patent or trademark the iboga root from Gabon, Africa. You can't patent or trademark a toad, the desert Sonoran toad, and the 5-MeO-DMT. However, what can you patent? Well, Wiz, you went to Mexico and you laid on your back for 14 hours and got your ass kicked with ibogaine. I'm going to change one of those molecules and call it ibogaine-er. And now it's 20 grand a month. So I'm torn because. So let me lead with this. Healing's always going to be free, folks. God, creator, divine, truth, source. If the word God creeps you out, I don't care. I use it. God put these things right out there. I was meditating in the yard this morning. Saw some mushrooms growing. I'm like, that's fantastic. Healing is free. Indigenous people in the middle of the Amazon, in the middle of Gabon, in Mexico, San Pedro, right? The American Indians, folks, these cultures have been using these medicines for thousands and thousands of years. But here we come in our beaker and our lab coats. I'm gonna mess with stuff. I'm gonna take the psychedelic out of psychedelic and patent it. And why am I rambling about this? Because I don't like Compass, but I like Compass. Do you understand? Wow, look at MindMed, man, up 10%. I guarantee you that some of you either buying shares right now. And let me give you a quick wizism. I don't buy. I don't trade options on stocks under $10. This was the exception recently. I'm like, you know what? These call options are really cheap. Instead of just buying the stock, I'm going to buy it. It's boom. I love this. This is fantastic and great news. Okay, so buy the psychedelic stocks with both hands. Absolutely. Now, I have a snipe going right now. Let's go look at some snipe action because we might leg into an iron condor for today. So I have a bull put spread at 50.75, 50.70. Little underwater right now, but look at the chart. Let me go with the 3-day. Gap up. Why did we gap up today? Because of bullshit PCE. Ladies and gentlemen, look at this. Stock market higher today. After what? Key Fed inflation measure. Oops, sorry. Thank you, Frank. Key Fed inflation measure rose as expected. Hey, where did these numbers come from, Wiz? Uncle Sam. The Commerce Department's Bureau of Economic Analysis, the BEA. Where did the jobs numbers come from, Wiz? The Commerce Department's Bureau of Labor Statistics. Do me a favor, or do you a favor, go and Google the donations, the political persuasion of the people that come up with these reports. You can see it, it's federal record. This is a lie. Isn't it weird that recently all the jobs numbers are great and the inflation numbers are stable or dropping or maybe just up slightly when you and I drive around and go to the store and see raging inflation every day? On CNBC right now, January PCE matches estimates. Oh my God, I'm shocked. They're prosecuting their political opponent, folks. They're engaging in lawfare. You're telling me that they're not beneath fudging economic numbers so they can run out into the rose garden and go, hey, everything's great. I showed you some of the gaslighting recently. Inflation is not high, and if it's high, it's because you're buying too much stuff. Inflation is your fault. Did you see this? And Biden has stopped calling it Bidenomics because everybody laughed at that name. Like, the economy sucks, we're all hurting, and you're trying to take credit for what? So they stopped using the term Bidenomics. And of course, on Super Bowl Sunday, like a coward, instead of sitting for a live interview, he recorded something about shrinkflation. And you ever notice that, like, bag, you're not getting as much stuff? Why am I rambling about this? Because, ladies and gentlemen, you're going to see this for the rest of the election year. So we're going to leg. I'm going to leg into a an iron condor for today on the S&P 500. I'm going to shoot a bear sniper right now, 15, and I'm going to have to end up dogfighting it. I'm going to shoot 15 of the 50.95. I'm going to do the 50.100. We're going to trade in this tight range today, and I'm going to dogfight in and out of the spreads. This is why you want to be in the Max Afterburner group, because potentially I'm going to sit here, I'm going to trade and go hopefully make about $3,000 today. Oops. Legging into SPX day iron condor. Yep. Same thing over here. Oh, you know what? Is my Boeing in here too? Boeing. I wanted to talk some Boeing. I thought I sold some short calls out for tomorrow. I didn't. Boeing. I'm going to sell. Need to start getting on the Boeing horse here. I'm going to sell one. I'm going to sell a single. It's $100 by tomorrow. 205 call. But we are also going to, I need to start. I'm doing a bear call spread out the next Friday. That good news pop we talked about the other day is going to it is fading. Let's do a bear call spread out the next Friday. I'll brief this real quick. I'm sorry I'm going long, but I had to do that lifetime brief. Here we go. I'm going to sell 30 of next Friday's 207.5 calls. That's me saying by next Friday, Boeing ain't, just put the chart in the background, 8 above 207.5. It's going to get back, in my opinion, back down into this trading range it's been in. That forget the having a brain moment. The announcement the other day, short-term pop, and it's dropping. It's going to get back. So that's my commit criteria. I'm buying 30 of the 210 calls. Let's try and get a 69-cent credit. That's going to risk about 54 to make 2,100 bucks. 66% probability of making that max profit. Let me go ahead and grab a screenshot of this for the replay page. Need to start getting a little bit more active with my Boeing trades. BA, what's today's date? 2/29. Grab a screenshot of the metrics page. So we have a long-term bullish synthetic stock, like I talked about at the beginning of the brief. I bought it, essentially caught half of a falling knife, right? Window blew out. Week went by of some bad news. I'm like, all right, I think the bleeding might have stopped. It still had a little bit more bloodletting to do. That's okay. This is a multi-year trade. So as I told you, Boeing is a government company, essentially. It's got a put underneath it, man. Boeing ain't going out of business. It can't. It's a national security. What the hell? Oh, man. I'll put this in the AR portfolio. I don't know what's going on with the margin here. I sold a single 2.5 call out to Friday, a short call right here. Yeah. It's funny whenever you see something like that, like the DOJ investing or investigating, it doesn't matter. What are they going to do? Throw the Boeing CEO in jail? New Boeing bear call spread. Same thing with Amazon. All right. Yes, Wiz at TopGunOptions.com. So if you're in, folks, like I said, we're only taking 5. A couple people wanted last time, and they didn't get it. So, like I said, I think there was 4 of you who were like, dude, when are you doing the next one? I'm like, all right. So if you're not one of those 4 and you're interested, I'm going first. I'm doing 48 hours, man. First come, first serve for the lifetime. And then it goes back up to its regular price. I showed you the chart of how it goes up, man. Now is the time to join lifetime. Okay. All right. So I think I'm pretty filled on the Iron Condor. Here's my Iron Condor for today that I'm going to sit here and manage. Let me open it up a little bit. Whoops. There we go. Potentially making potentially making 3,200 bucks while risking 43. But I'm going to shoot in and out of these things. Trust me. I'm not going to. So let me ungroup these. So I'm going to dogfight in and out of them. 789 on profit. Double the credit that I took in to eject. Okay, so I'm going to manage these the rest of the day. This is why you want to be in the Max Afterburner group, because I'm going to put all this stuff right over here. This is the group me that we use. So when you join, I'm going to send you a link to join 2 threads. This is the Max Afterburner Intel and commentary thread. This is where we do our Intel and commentary, right? And then over here is the trades only, because some people are like, dude, I don't want to sit here and look at Intel and commentary all day. I just care about the trades. So there is that's what it looks like if you're a lifetime member. And it's obviously, see, I got a group me notification. Whenever somebody posts anything, there it is right there. There's the group me. There's the trades only thread. And so you can be mobile, man. I'm going to the gym after this. After I post this replay, I'm going to work out. I'll be in the gym with my group me and posting all my stuff in here. Okay. Yep, Wiz at Top Gun Options right now. Do it. I'm going to go to my emails right now and start taking the first 5 lifetime members. Okay. Good stuff. We had a great week. Had some good snipers this week. The psychedelic stocks. I'm going to go read the MindMed earnings. This is great. Look at that chart, man. That is a good looking chart. If you learn nothing else today, man, it's buy the psychedelic stocks. The other one, the final one, would be a tie, in case I didn't mention that one. A tie. It's $1.94. If you're dipping your toe in the psychedelic space, it's a cheap stock. It was $1, got up to $2. So, okay. Love you too, PR. Absolutely. All right, Arthur, I'll go check it out on the Seeking Alpha site. Okay, final call, man. You got 48 hours. Clock's ticking. As soon as I close the brief, I'm going to my email and I'll start locking in the new lifetime members. Okay, I'll get the replay posted on the member page here in a little bit. All right, folks. Love you. Pitch into the fight, man. Make an investment. Invest in you. This year's going to be nuts. Join, how many people? Join an elite trading squadron, man. This is us. We got some great people in here, 252 members right now. And like I said, you're pitching into the fight to save and change the lives of our heroes. They served us, folks. Now it's time to serve them. Okay. All right. I'll see you guys Monday morning for Solo Amazon. Fights on. Namaste and Basi Wiz out.